Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge, Donna's Edge, on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast at thenewscasters.com. And also, you can, if you'd like to send an email, you would like for me to do a little research for you. I love research. So if you have anything you would like for me to do a little research on, I'll be glad to put that and pin it on the show for you, and in your honor, if you would like for me to do that, just send an email to donna@donnasedge.com. Okay, you know I love gardening, and you know I love herbs, and you know I love lavender. And there's so many benefits to lavender. So let me explain some of those. And I'm going to show you how actually I've started rooting some of those lavender off of cuttings off of my existing lavender plants. Okay, so you can buy a lavender plant and spend some good money on a decent one, okay? Let it grow a little bit, and I'm going to show exactly what you can do. But let's go ahead and get started first with a few of the benefits. Lavender can also help you with some of the following: insomnia, anxiety, hair loss, headaches, chemotherapy side effects, acne, burns, dry skin, wound healing, and mood issues. Now let's talk about insomnia. Okay, a lot of folks have that. We got a lot of worries going on in this world right now. Once upon a time, lavender was recommended for people suffering with insomnia or other sleep disorders. So people stuff their pillows with lavender flowers to help them fall asleep and get a better night's rest. So today, research suggests that breathing in lavender's aroma could improve sleep quality. So there's a review of 15 studies, and this was from the year 2014, found that inhaling essential oils, including lavender, had positive effects in people with mild sleep disturbances. Now, numerous smaller studies have found additional benefits of lavender for sleep issues. Research from 2015 showed that people who use lavender aromatherapy found more refreshed upon waking. Another 2010 study conducted on people with anxiety disorders revealed that orally administered lavender oil helped them sleep longer at night. Let's go ahead. We're going to get started with part one on how you can get started with your own lavender plants. Okay, so everybody who knows me knows I get pretty excited about gardening time all through the year. I'm in the greenhouse right now, and I'm pretty excited about rooting some lavender plants that I have. But before I do that, I wanted to give you a tip. So I went to Lowe's, and I was looking at the potting mix, and I was also looking for peat moss. We're going to use that, and just anything I can use for the garden. So I looked down, and what I saw was this packaging right here. It was down, it's actually Miracle Grow potting mix. And I saw this laying down on the bottom, and it looked like, there had been, it had been broken, crashed, or whatever you want to call it. So I saw that, and I also saw this, and this was in a bag. And you can see where it's Miracle Grow, and it's actually Performance Organics. And so we're going to use this in our gardening when we propagate and root the lavender. And I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later. And then I also saw this one right here. It's Miracle Grow potting mix. So I called the manager over, and I said, I just noticed that these are in bags. Why are they in bags? And he said, well, they're broken up. And I said, well, could you give me a break on price if I buy these? And he said, oh, yeah. He said, anything you see in a bag like that, he said, if you'll just let me know, I'll make sure you get it for half price. And man, the bag is almost all the way full. Same with this one right here. So I got all of these things. Now, the peat moss, I had to pay regular price for that, so I'm okay with it. It didn't cost much. And then also the potting soil, I've got that. I can put that up for just a little bit later as well. So anyway, that's just a quick tip on how you can get some good deals. And again, if you're in Lowe's, you've noticed something's in a bag like that, talk to the manager, ask for the manager of that particular department, and you'll get half off. Okay, I'll be right back in just another second. I'm going to get set up, and I'm going to let you see me put all this stuff together. Oh, before I do that, I collect rainwater. Because I will be using this rainwater on, of course, on the when I start rooting my lavender. So I'm really excited about that. But I like to use rainwater instead of water straight out of the faucet. This is natural. And so again, I collect it and I use it, and I'm all excited about that. And then this is just a little bit left over from another project. I'll go ahead and pour that water into this right here. And so we'll use that again when we're going to water the lavender. I'll be right back in just a minute. And that's how you get started. So again, go to Lowe's or whatever your department store is. If you see anything in bags like that, they want to get rid of it. They're not going to just throw it in a trash can. So you can get it for half price. So make sure you get really clue in on that. Let's go into anxiety, and then we'll go into the next video. So anxiety, and by the way, you can find this information on healthline.com. You know, I've used Healthline a lot on this show. Lavender, anxiety. Lavender may also provide support for people with anxiety. So in a large meta-analysis from 2019, people with anxiety disorders who took 160 milligrams lavender oil capsules experienced significant decrease in anxiety. Other studies have found similar results. So one in 2015 involved 60 people in a coronary intensive care unit. The researchers found that those treated with lavender essential oil had lower levels of anxiety and better sleep. Another study from 2010 compared lavender capsules to the anti-anxiety medication, and that's I'll spell this for you, Lorazepam. This was in concluding that lavender's effects were comparable to the prescription drug. Let's go into the second video with more information on how to propagate your own. Okay, so we are back. So what I'm going to do now is get prepared for the lavender that we're going to root. But the first thing I want to do is go ahead and get the dirt part ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it in these little trays right here. And I want to have good drainage, okay, because we're in the greenhouse. And you know how it is, this is Alabama weather. We're going to have hot weather, we're going to have cold weather. We're not done yet with summer. I mean, we still have some weather that, you know, that can be kind of compromising as well. So let me go ahead and reach over, and I'm going to grab my little cup that I like to use. And we're going to put some dirt together. Okay, now there are 4 components to this. I want to use some peat moss in this, so I'm going to do a part peat moss. I'll go ahead and put some and get it ready. Okay, so I'm going to use a cup of this, and it goes right there, okay, in this little box. Now I would also like to use some real good dirt, and this is that Miracle Grow that I found, you remember, in the in Lowe's, and you know this had actually been a torn box, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to put a half cup. Now I'm using a cup just to kind of give you a good idea of measurements. So I'm going to use about half a cup of perlite, and I like to use that for draining. Then what I'm going to do is turn around and put some manure in. And again, the manure, this was half price too. Now my girls, the chickens, do a good job with manure, but I just wanted to show you what you can use just in case you don't have chickens. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. I don't know how this could have got busted. It sure is hard to get into. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and use a cup of this as well. Okay, that's not quite a cup, so let's go ahead and put some more in there. Okay, so I'm mixing all of these things up. Now it has to be mixed kind of like you're baking a cake, okay? So we got to make sure I've got it mixed really well. Because all of these components right here are going to be the reason you have success in rooting. And remember, lavender is kind of a woody-like plant. And I'm going to have a lavender farm this spring, and I've got to get some plants ready. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 6 is 36. This is going to be 36 plants, but I'm not going to bore you by, I'm going to do like 100 plants, okay? So, but anyway, we're going to start out with 36 plants. Okay, I think I've already got it mixed up really well. So now what I'm going to do is put your attention right here, and let's make sure I've got a good start on that. I'm going to take a little quick look. I'm sorry about jumping that up, but I'm in the greenhouse, and the greenhouse is really light, so I've just got to make sure that I've got it so you can see it. Okay, I think that'll be pretty good. All right, so this is what I like to do. I want to fill these things up. So if you can see what I'm doing to this one, I'm going to press down just a little bit, okay? I want to press 4 ways like this. Okay, and this is exactly what Cheryl does. Cheryl at Baker Farms. So let's go ahead and fill these things up. And then I'll show you what I do once I get everything in place. This is some good dirt right here. I love this. This is like the perfect formula. Okay, again, I used a half cup, and this it'll fill up one of these little 6 containers. So what I used was a half cup of perlite, and just use this as in your measurements. Half cup of perlite, again, that's going to help with drainage. And I do have this thing set where it's kind of lifted up with, I've used this for years. So I have this set to go down on this one, so when you're watering it, the water is gonna be uplifted, okay? So it's not going to just set on the water, but it's going to give us some moisture. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of this in there. And then, after I do this, I'm going to show you what we need to do. Okay, I want to get all these kind of level full. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so there we are. We got them about level full, just like that. Then I'm going to kind of gently press down, because you don't want it packed. You don't want it to where the roots can't go anywhere. But when we start putting those lavender roots, I just want to show you what I'm doing. I'm pressing all 4 sides, okay, just like that. Okay, I'm not going to wet it yet. I'm going to wait until I get my lavender, and then we're going to set it down in here, and we're going to propagate, and we're going to have a bunch of lavender. Yeah, I use the lavender in my soaps, and I like the oil as well. And so I like to make my own essential oils. Okay, I'm going to be right back in just a few minutes. I'm not going to bore you by doing all of these, but I'm going to set out 100 plants. And so we'll just go ahead and get this rocking and rolling. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Okay, so let's go into a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to go out and we're going to cut some lavender together. We'll be right back. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
Wow, it's so soft and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success, and now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature-regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows, regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we are back from the break. I am so excited. We're going to go out together and I'm going to show you how I actually cut the lavender and how you need to place it inside, okay? So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, so this is a very short video right here. What I'm going to do is get some cuttings from the lavender, and I want 72 cuttings of these because I'm going to be rooting all of these, and I'm going to have a lavender field, and I'm really excited about that because I make my own candles and I make my own essential oils and stuff like that, and I need 72 of those. And not only that, my bees love it. I mean, the bees are just all over this kind of thing. So anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what you have to do. All right, so I want something that's going to be just about 3 inches, okay, just about the size of my finger, and I'm going to cut it. Right, and make sure you got some good Fisker scissors, okay? All right, this is what I want. And then what I'm going to do, use your fingernail, just like Cheryl says, use your fingernail as a guide. So what I'm going to do is tear off some of these. They smell good. I'm going to put them right back into the ground, okay? And I'm going to need to put this into, in order to be able to get the best healthy plant possible. I want it to stick in just about the size of my fingernail, okay? All right, so there's one. Let's find some big old pretty ones. Okay, that's going to be 2, and we're not going to go through the whole 72 of them, but anyway, I just want you to get a general idea on what I'm doing. And let's see, let's go ahead and cut that one off. And they don't have to be like the big fat ones. They can be like some pretty skinny ones as well. So there's 4 of them. I got one back here. You can't see me get it. There's 5. Okay, and 6, 7, 8. Alright, and let's see, there's 9. He's little, I'm going to leave him alone. Okay, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I just did 10. Okay, so I'm going to cut 72 of these. Then we're going to go back to the greenhouse, and you're going to see what I do with these, okay? So I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to have some lavender, and man, it smells so So let's talk about one more thing, then we'll get back to the finish of the video. And this is chemotherapy side effects. So according to the National Cancer Institute, aromatherapy can actually help people with cancer manage the side effects of their treatment. And lavender aromatherapy may also help lower anxiety about the cancer treatment procedures. Now remember, sometimes what you have anxiety about can actually affect the treatment. So that's why. Let's go into the finish of it. Okay, so here we are. We went to the lavender, and I got 72 plants. I actually wound up getting just a little bit more than that. So as you can see, I've already started propagating these. We got the dirt, we got all of that ready. I have 2 more spots left to go. And I wanted to also tell you that I went on ahead and I found some of my muscadine grapes. And so I'm going to propagate some of those as well. I've already started with this one. But let's go ahead and finish up with lavender. And boy, it smells so good in here. I mean, this is like the most amazing fragrance ever. Okay, so again, we want something that's going to be 2 or 3 inches long, something kind of like that. Now, what I like to do, I have this old, this is an old packaging knife right here. And I like it because it's sharp, but it's not like super sharp, if you know what I mean. I want just a little bit of just a tiny, tiny bit of some of this cut off, because it's a woody thing, see. I'm going to go on ahead, and I have this compound that I use, and it's called Olivia's, and I found this through Cheryl at Baker Farms. And so this is some really good stuff. Now, it's all natural, and that's what I like about it. Some of the powders you get are not all natural, but this is. So what I've done, let me show you how. I'll just show you with one of these. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Okay, so again, here we go. So this is one that I propagated. I cut this one off of part of my lavender plants. And so again, I'm just kind of pulling some of the leaves off, because remember the fingernail rule? Like this. So you want to plant it, you want to have as much vacancy right here about the length of your fingernail. So I hope you can see that. I'm in the greenhouse and it's super bright in here. I want a little bit more of the green off down here, and I'm actually leaving some of the shavings on here. I've had some good luck doing that. Okay, now I just use an old cap, and the reason I do that, I pour some of the Olivia's, call it the Olivia's, I pour some of this into something like this so that I can dip it down in there. The reason I do that is I really don't want any dirt contaminating that. I've seen some people just kind of dip it down in there. I don't want to do it that way. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to put some of the gel, and then all I'm going to do is just dip it and just put it, the whole thing. Not the whole thing, but anyway, just enough of fingernail's length down in here. Now what I'm going to do, I got one more. All right, let's do one more. There's one more opening, and I think I can get some pretty decent off of this one. Let's see if I can find one just a little bit bigger. There's Buddy. He's wanting to come in here, and I won't let him come because he'll want to take over the whole show if that happens. Okay, so let's just work what I've got. So I've got this one. Oh, no, there's one. I left it in there. Okay, that's a pretty big, that's a nice little piece right there. Okay, it's about 3 inches long, and I'm going to cut off, or just tear off, some of the bottom of the stem. But I also want to use, again, this is a dull X-Acto knife. It's a dull packaging cutting knife, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to leave some of that roughage in there. Again, I'm going to just dip it into this Olivia's rooting compound. It's a gel, okay, and all I'm going to do is stick it down in there. So if you can see what I've done right there. Okay, now I'm going to take off these dead looking stems. I say less healthy stems. Why don't we just say it that way? And so I'm taking those off, and I'm also going to take this leaf off, and I wanted to leave some of these little nodes right here because I want to root this. Same procedure. I'm going to go on ahead and just kind of cut it, kind of like so. Okay, and let me cut it down just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to leave some little shavings right here, and you'll see there's a little rooting node right there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to use my rooting compound, okay? And I'm going to stick it right in here. And we're just going to see what happens. Now, also, if you ever raise your own sage, and this smells really good in here. I'll tell you a good combination is sage and lavender. I love that fragrance. Okay, so what I want to do is root this. I cut off part of the stem. Again, fingernail node, so I'm going to cut some of that off, or just pick it off. You don't even have to cut it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and cut him down just a bit and kind of tear it, okay, because that just opens up more ways for your roots to come in, if you can see it right there. Again, Phil was going to throw this away, and I said, no, this would be perfect for gardening. And again, it cuts it just enough to where it kind of shaves it, and I like that. And I'm leaving some of that roughage on there. Okay, again, my Olivias, I'm going to go on ahead and put that in here. And guess what? I'm not going to have to pay $10 for a plant, because it just goes right down in there. So that's just going to be another sage plant. So just kind of show you what I've done, so you can kind of get a bird's eye view of what I've done. And it really didn't take a whole lot of time to do this either. So let me kind of turn this around so I can make sure I'm putting this and focusing it on exactly what you need to see. Okay, now I have my water, and this is some rainwater that I've caught. I'd rather use this than straight out of the faucet, okay? And let's see if I can kind of go down on here. There's my 72 plants right there. That's my lavender. If you could just smell this, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so and then there was a farmer who let me in a group when we were taking classes at Auburn University, and so a group of us went to this guy's farm, and we went on ahead and cut back some of his muscadines. And so this is just more of those cuttings that I had from him. I wanted to go ahead and root those as well. And then again, there you go. There's my sage. So happy gardening to you. I hope that you like what you've seen. I know I'm having a good time doing this. I'm going to tell you, when I worked in the corporate world, it was satisfying. I made good money and all that kind of stuff. But I'm here, I'm making decent money, and I get to do what I love to do, and that's to show you and to teach you. And by the way, don't throw anything away. I have friends who give me containers that they've used when they have bought stuff. Again, you don't have to buy anything. Just save all this stuff. Just make sure it's good and clean. If you have any kind of a diseased plant, I mean, you won't throw that away. But as long as it's a halfway decent container, go on ahead and keep it. Okay, so I'll have to go on ahead and turn it off right now, because what I'm going to do now is get my bucket. And I've got one that'll just kind of sprinkle the water on it. And another thing is all of these cuttings right here, I'm keeping the lavender, and I'm also keeping that sage. I'm going to put this, I'm going to dry these leaves, and I'm going to put them in a little mesh bag, and my house is going to smell awesome. And I can hardly wait for early spring. It's going to smell so good out there. Can't wait to get all those plants out there in the ground. Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge Talk Show. Truth matters, and we're here for you. If you would like for me to do some research on any particular anything, just send an email to Donna at donnasedge.com. I'll be glad to do some research for you. You take care. I'll see you next time around.